Well, we are here today at Faces by Maryanna, and we're going to check out Maryanna is going to be needling Joyce today, and so we're going to see the process of microneedling as well as find out about the benefits and what the overall treatment does for. So here's Joyce. Thank you, Joyce, for being part of the video today.
Hello.
And Maryanna is going to start microneedling. So Maryanna, what have you already done to prep Joyce for this?
Well, I got her pretty much numb. So now she's, so she doesn't feel the needles and stuff like that. So she's going to be very comfortable through this procedure.
And when you say needles, what is it that you're using?
It's just a cartridge of needles that kind of stamps the skin, putting little controlled injuries into the skin. I'm going to have you go ahead and rotate to the right. So we're just going to clean off some of the numbing here. And I'm going to be putting in pure hyaluronic acid and 87 different minerals and vitamins that has vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, jojoba, and amino acids. It's going to help her repair, and the hyaluronic acid is going to help eat any hyperpigmentation in her skin.
Great. Sounds wonderful. And what are the benefits of microneedling? What is it that you're going for today?
We're trying to rejuvenate her skin back to the original state. So anytime we injure the skin, our body has an amazing ability to repair itself back to its original state. So if she has any discoloration of the skin, if she has any age spots, sunspots, hyperpigmentation, any kind of lines, the lines are going to fill in. They fill in within 85 days. Also the tightening of the skin, so it just rejuvenates everything.
Great. So since we are on the live video, if anybody watching would like to ask a question of Joyce or of Maryanna to find out more about it, please just post your comments below and I will read them and let Maryanna or Joyce answer your questions. So it looks like you're getting ready to go. So this is the instrument that has the needles. And you're determining how deep to go with?
Right. And I'm not going to go very deep all over her face, but in her problem areas we go a little bit deeper.
Right.
But she's not feeling anything. All she's feeling is, what are you feeling, Joyce?
Just a little brushing.
Brushing.
Nothing serious.
Are the needles comparable to like a tattoo needle? What people think of?
These are a lot smaller than little tattoo needles. They're little microscopic needles.
Okay. But no pain.
No pain.
No.
And the nice thing about needling is it's instant results. I mean, she's going to definitely feel tomorrow some tightening of the skin. The lightening of any kind of discoloration is going to lighten up quite a bit. And the lines take a few weeks, about 2 weeks, to really start seeing a difference because you're still building collagen and elastin up to 85 days after one needling session.
Nice.
This is something you don't have to do all the time. There's not a big commitment to it. You can usually, depending on what we're treating, you can do an aggressive treatment every 4 to 6 weeks, or you can do this a few times a year, depending if you're just coming in for just rejuvenation of the skin.
So you target fine lines and discoloration and that, and then once you've achieved that result, then maintenance comes in, and that's what you mean by once or twice a year, or?
Right, absolutely.
Right. What other areas do you treat besides the face with microneedling?
Well, we can do the neck, the chest, and the hands. As we get older, we lose all that collagen in our hands, so it helps with age spots, sunspots, also building that collagen, getting that thick again so it doesn't look so bony. And also the machine also does body parts, stretch marks and stuff like that, but mainly I work on face, neck, chest, and hands.
So Beth is asking, does this help blemishes?
Blemishes, yes, absolutely. It helps people with acne scars. It helps break down the scar tissue and helps fill in the scars. Blemishes, absolutely.
And what about if you have current breakouts? Is this something that you can do if you have a breakout?
Oh, absolutely. I actually treat a few girls that come in that do this once a month because it keeps their acne at bay. Because of all the hyaluronic acid going in there, eating the active acne, and then the needling repairing itself, it helps them get rid of all the red marks and acne scars that they have, and definitely cleans up their active acne.
Great. Hope that answers your question, Beth. If you have any other questions, or anybody that's watching, please don't hesitate to comment below. Let us know. Maryanna is Microneedling Joyce. Joyce is more than happy to answer some questions as well. Great. Thanks, Beth.
And you can see she has some lines through here, so I'm going to go a little bit more aggressive around her mouth area. But Joyce has beautiful skin. I mean, she's been taking care of herself. She's a good client of mine. She also does the microcurrent, the facial toning as well. And then we're adding in the microneedling just to give her more of a boost of the anti-aging.
Also do lashes.
Oh, and she
also
does
does
lashes.
lashes.
Beautiful lashes.
Joyce is on it. Hi, Anna.
cute.
So Anna's asking, what about bags under the eyes?
Bags underneath eyes. Well, you know, we don't have any oil glands underneath here, so that is an area that gets loose skin. So it will tighten up skin. So, you know, the dark circles, it really doesn't help with that, but it definitely will help tighten the skin underneath the eyes.
Well, and I can say from my own personal experience, Anna, because I absolutely love the microneedling. I do it myself, or have Maryanna do it for me. And for me personally, I do notice a huge brightness under my eyes. I have...
It does, yeah, it does.
There,
I have
it must
clients say
bring
that.
blood flow or something
back,
because
absolutely.
I have naturally dark bags, and I absolutely love that I get immediate results, and next day I notice how much brighter under my eyes is. I think it's the blood flow.
It's the blood flow, yeah. So I'm about to go right underneath her eyes, and we go, you know, kind of shallow through there because it's a very thin skin.
So you're adjusting how
I'm
deep the needle
adjusting,
goes.
and yeah, here we go.
I'm going to get my hands done next. I'm very excited about that.
Having your hands done.
Yes.
Well, we were talking about earlier that hands and neck, they say that's generally where you see the first signs of aging. So.
Right. Well, we wash our hands so much, and we don't really put a lot of lotions. I'm going to have you go ahead and close your eyes, Joyce.
And still nothing, even in that thin part, Joyce, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the cost of microneedling for one treatment?
It's $175, but right now I'm running a special. If you book now, you get $25 off. And if she wanted to do an add-on, you would pay for the $150. And if she wanted to add her neck on, would be $40, or her chest, whichever. It's a $40 add-on for hands, neck, or chest.
Great. So right now, if you mention that you saw this video, you can receive that $25 off.
Yes. While the special's running, yes.
And we know Joyce is getting her hands done.
And my neck.
And
And
your
the
neck.
neck. Well, it's great for tightening the skin underneath the neck as well. So it really does an amazing job in tightening skin, and it really does help with all the fine lines and wrinkles. And
So is this something you would do in conjunction with Botox, or is this something in place of Botox?
well, either or. A lot of people don't want to get Botox, so this is a great way to fill in those lines and tighten the skin. And it's also great with Botox. You know, I do Botox and I love to microneedle, so I get rid of my lines, and it, you know, they work together very well.
So it does double duty.
Double duty.
And then what's the downtime after doing something like this with the microneedling?
Well, you can see she's starting to get that inflammatory response. You can see how she's nice and pink right here. This is gonna probably within the next 20-30 minutes is gonna get a little bit brighter, and that's what we're going for, because that's what's kicking the anti-aging response, making her build collagen elastin. So she'll probably be this red for about 8 hours, and then it'll slowly start going down. By the next day, I mean, she might be a slight pink, and the only thing she will be feeling is kind of like a little bit of stingy, little prickliness, but it just feels like mainly like a sunburn. And I mean, you can take an Advil or leave and you're totally fine, but it's not painful at all.
So there's not that downtime like you would with
a
a
laser or a
laser,
peel.
yeah.
I mean, you know, the only thing with the peels, you know, you have to be careful. A lot of them burn people's skin, and there's no damage to her tissue, as you can see, but she's getting an amazing amount of anti-aging through this. So I'm gonna have you turn to the left.
So basically with the needles, those controlled injuries require the skin to repair itself. So it's naturally repairing itself.
What a laser beam is doing is actually doing the same thing. The laser beam is actually putting controlled injuries into the tissue. The only downfall is the laser's melting the outer layer of your skin, and some people cannot repair back. The needles are putting those controlled injuries but not damaging the outer layer of skin. So there's no damage, and you're still getting the same results as a laser.
Your lashes do look great, Joyce.
Well, Maryanna
Seeing
did them. Yeah.
Seeing them from here, they look fantastic.
Yeah, I love my lashes. Well, I love everything Maryanna does for me.
Because she keeps us beautiful.
Well, she tries her best.
Again, anybody who's joined, please don't hesitate to ask any questions of Joyce or Maryanna. We can answer any questions for you. Again, we're doing microneedling today, so Maryanna is now adjusting the needles so that she can get in there and start working some of those spots for Joyce. But Maryanna, you do the entire face, correct?
Yes, yeah, and then I'm gonna go back in and go into her problem areas and address that a little bit more. But we want her to, you know, the skin tightening effect, so we want to anti-age everything.
And with that numbing cream, Joyce isn't feeling anything.
No, just, it feels like, you know, little tiny brushes. It certainly doesn't hurt. It's actually kind of pleasant.
Bonus having beautiful skin, huh?
Yeah.
And then again, the lasting effects can be up to 90 days, correct?
85 days.
85 days.
And you know, the thing too is with aging, after 35, we start aging, the aging process. It is good to do these type of treatments a couple times a year just to boost the APT and stop that aging process and keep yourself preserved a little bit. So, you know, I like to do the microneedling maybe like 3 or 4 times a year.
So you can, within those 85 days, come in for another treatment.
Yes, and that's an aggressive treatment because you're already building and then we're adding more on. So, and that's just a great way for us to fill in deep lines and also get rid of any kind of discoloration of the skin.
So those age spots, that hyperpigmentation, all of that, you can get a handle on that and then begin just the maintenance.
Right.
Are results similar for hands, chest, neck, face, or does that all vary depending on, you know, the thinner skin on the hands versus
well,
the chest?
You're gonna still get the same results on the hands. We just, you know, you go very lightly because, you know, the hands are very thin. There's not a lot of meat there. So, but yeah, you definitely see the collagen and the collagen boost it gives you.
Now, when you say chest, how far down do you go?
I go down the décolleté to about right through here.
Okay.
Just right above, you know, the girls.
Right above what you're showing.
Right. We got to keep everything very nice. You know, we like to wear those V-necks.
In each treatment, what's the time needed for a treatment?
It takes about an hour and 15 minutes.
And that's from numbing to completion.
To the end, yeah. You're numbing for about a good 15 minutes prior to, and the rest is pretty much needling.
And while she was numbing, you had the infrared wrap on her, and
why do I do that? It's because the infrared actually helps the anti-aging process. It helps kickstart her healing process.
I didn't know that.
We respond to light therapy. Pretty amazing.
great. Again, for those of you who've just joined, if you have any questions for Maryanna or Joyce, please don't hesitate to ask. Love to answer any questions you might have. Earlier, when Beth asked about blemishes, that's absolutely something Maryanna helps to treat, whether it's a current breakout or scarring.
It really does help with the breaking out. I have girls that say that they've gone a whole month without breaking out just from one needling session. It just really, and then it just helps them heal back up. Because these poor girls are left, you know, they pick at their face, they're trying to clean their face, so they leave their face, you know, they get these marks left and then scarring. And this is a great way to stop the acne and also help them with the scarring from it.
And then Anna had asked about bags under the eyes, and it definitely brings some blood
Blood
to the
flow, absolutely.
blood flow. And I personally commented that I know for me I have dark bags, and I love the needling because I get immediate results, and that natural darkness is lightened the next day. I always love that result. Hi, Charisse. So Charisse is saying, can you put makeup on after you leave or soon after?
You don't want to put makeup on until the next day because everything is open. You don't want to be introducing any kind of bacterium or anything like that to that. So by the next morning, yes, definitely put your makeup back on. If anything, your skin's going to look juicy and beautiful and glowing, and your makeup's going to go on beautiful. Yeah.
And I don't remember, so Charisse, I hope that answers your question. I also get the oil from Maryanna that she uses, and I use that the night of, the next morning, you know, twice a day, and that certainly helps my makeup to go on that much smoother, as well as moisturizing my skin. But the oil is amazing.
Right, yeah, the 87 different minerals and vitamins is great because you're repairing, so you're giving your skin all the nutrients. I'm gonna have you go ahead and go right in the middle here.
So I should use the oil tonight?
Yes, I would use the oil. I would give this about a good 4 hours before you touch your face so everything closes up. Mm-hmm. And then I would put the oil on and then the hyaluronic acid on.
Okay.
And, you know, you will peel a little bit, fluff off skin about 4 to 5 days after the needling session. It's not going to be a lot like a peel or anything like that. It's just going to be flaking of the skin, and what that is your body saying this is damaged tissue on the outer surface, and it fluffs it off. And the only thing you do is, like, you know, when you're taking a shower, you just kind of get your face wet, you put your head back and let the water run down, and you just take your fingertips and kind of massage the dead skin off. And that's a very gentle way of getting it off. You never want to scrub at it or anything like that. You want to let it come off gently.
So we're seeing a little bit of redness, which you said you want, because that means that it's active. So Charisse has another question. Is it typical to break out at all?
No. If anything, it stops that. Oh yeah. No, nobody breaks out. I've never had a client.
Redness is just that
inflammatory response that we're trying to get.
Which is what you want.
What we want. Yes. No, I've never had anybody say that they have had a breakout afterwards. If anything, it's helped people that had active acne. So.
No, I don't remember the name of them, but I know what needling really helps for me are those whiteheads, and what are those called?
Like it's gonna help her close up all her pores. It shrinks all the pores and cleans them out because it's opening everything out and gets it out of there. And then your body restricts them and from the healing process, so it closes all that.
So those white little hard bumps, I know that it takes those away because
it opens it up. It opens it up a little bit. You know, the little milias are a little bit more. You have to have them removed. I mean, it will help them a little bit, some to the surface, but you know, mainly they have to be manually taken out.
Because I know for me, the texture of my skin.
Right.
Is what
You're
I
going to
really
notice that you're
notice.
going to brighten and lighten, and it's just going to glow, and it's just going to look a lot healthier.
And again, for those of you that are just joined, Joyce has been numbed. So Joyce, with those little needles, you're not feeling anything and are comfortable through the process.
Right.
Expect a little bit of downtime, but as Sharice asked about the makeup, you can certainly put makeup on tomorrow after you've gone home tonight and let the redness go down and be ready to greet the day tomorrow with some bright skin. I may be addicted, but
I think we all are.
I know, once you do it, it's, oh my God.
Because it's instant results.
Yeah,
you know, a lot of
that's
things
very true.
people say, oh, you're going to see the results, but with needling, you see them immediately, and it's like, wow, you get that tightening effect. You get your skin evens out. You see the lines disappearing. It's amazing.
And it's ongoing. Yeah, well, and it's ongoing because in a couple of more weeks,
Then
then
you see it even more. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I know for me, that's what I love. Hi, Andrea. So Andrea's asking, what's the difference in the benefits of this microneedling machine and the microneedling pen?
You're talking about the rollers. This is a pen. The rollers,
Okay.
One thing about the rollers, they damage the tissue. And I'm going to stop the machine so I can kind of explain that. You know, you see all these rollers that you can get online, Amazon and whatnot. When you're rolling the skin, your skin moves around. So what it does is it tears the skin, and also the needles cannot go in that deep because your skin's moving. It like makes little tears like this. When you're using a high-powered pen like this, you can see her skin's not moving and it's just stamping. So you're getting these little microscopic controlled injuries in there, and you're getting way more without tearing the skin. So be careful with the rollers. You know, they definitely damage the tissue way more, and you're not going to get the deepness of the needles as you would with this.
The way the roller
Right.
runs.
Right.
Because Andy's asking, what machine do you use? So I think what you're saying then, there's the machine that people refer to are more of that roller, which you do not use.
Right.
You use
Right.
a pen, and there are, that cartridge is, how many needles?
There's 12.
12 needles that stamp the skin versus
See how her
roll.
skin does not move? It's just gliding across as it stamps.
Okay.
So when you're using a ruler, you're pushing and it's tearing. So this is just gliding across, stamping her skin.
So Andrea is also asking, is there a certain age you would prefer to be at? Would it be good for preventative care?
You know, you should start taking care of your skin at the age of 30 because that's when we start aging. You know, doing things like this, you know, doing a little bit of facial toning, you know, a little bit of microdermabrasion, just things that are going to help preserve your skin. Absolutely. Because that's when you're going to start seeing things like lines, and you're going to go, where did that come from? You know, that's usually around 30 is when you start thinking about skincare, because then you're going to start seeing the signs of aging. It's for all ages. I mean, I do girls with, you know, acne that are in their 20s. So you know, the ages are all over the place.
I know that my mom was on me in my 20s saying she wished she had started sooner caring for her skin. So, been fortunate to be on top of my skin, but I'll tell you, nothing like the needling. And even my mom at 73, the texture of her skin from the needling is unbelievable.
And then just the evening out. And your mom had a little bit of acne scarring, didn't she? That it really filled in and really helped her with. And
well, and the fine lines even, you know, around her eyes, because she does a little bit of Botox. And but she was saying that she's not going to be doing much with the fillers anymore because she really feels like she's got the texture of the skin and the lines are under control as best they can be. 73 to be happy with your skin, I think, is saying something. Right.
But you know what? Your mom's always been taking care of herself. Yeah. She's one of those ladies that's on it, just like Joyce here.
Yeah, they're on top of it.
You know.
Well, it's nice to know that, you know, for the younger generation, like you say, at 30 to start doing it. Thank you, Andrea. She's saying, thank you for doing this. I love it.
Aw.
She's also saying, I'm in my 20s and I'm a bit of a skin freak. Definitely thinking about doing this. Thank you. Yeah, Andrea, I will tell you from the other side of this video, I'm addicted to it. So is my mother. And I think Joyce may be too, especially now that she wants her hands done.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to see it. But I think a huge part of it is that not only do you get that instant results, but they're ongoing. So in a couple of weeks, I just had my needling done about a week ago. And every day my skin just looks better. It's more even and the fine lines are gone. I have hyperpigmentation that I have tried everything. And until I did microneedling, I just trusted Maryanna because I had lasers done. And as she was talking about lasers earlier, it actually increased the darkness of my hyperpigmentation. It did not help it.
That too. And women that have, you know, Caucasians are more candidates for laser. But women that have a little bit more melanin in their skin, Hispanic women, Asian women, Indian women, African American women, they are more hyperpigmentation, and it can reverse and go the opposite way, and they can really go actually hyper or hypopigmentation because they don't repair.
Where it lightens instead of
right, where
dark.
It goes white, and you know that's kind of irreversible when it goes white. So. A lot of laser places won't do people that have those type of skin types.
Yeah, it's...
So and that's what I mainly do is really help women with hyperpigmentation and discoloration of the skin.
Well, and the age spots I know on my mom's cheeks, it really lightened those as well. So Sharice is asking, I'm always trying to talk my husband into doing this for his skin. Do you get a lot of male clientele?
I actually do. I do get quite a bit of male clients that come in every 60 days or every 90 days for a treatment because it's literally, they get this huge amount of anti-aging and they only have to do it a few times a year.
Because they get that ongoing maintenance that's happening for the next 85 days.
Right. Yes. I do quite a bit of men. And you know, men are babies and this doesn't hurt, so this is great for them. Women are they're more tolerant to beauty treatments than men.
We know. We're willing to give up pain for beauty.
Right, yeah. So now we're just gonna go around her nose area to help her close up her pores.
Yeah, you do have beautiful skin, Joyce.
She does.
Oh, thank you. Well, I have taken care of it for years and years.
Do you mind us asking how old you are, Joyce?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to lie. No, I'm 67.
Wow, your skin is amazing.
Thank you.
Well, and I kind of like the little accent, too. You got a cute little accent there, too.
Well, I do think that it's wonderful that I found Maryanna. You know, I've always gotten facials and I've used good products on my skin, but this is just another level. You know, and it's so exciting to get something done that's not a major surgery.
And you don't have that downtime. You'll be back out and about tomorrow doing your normal thing with your makeup on and that wonderful oil. Because that oil, too, I had been using a primer that was actually clogging my pores and creating a problem. And I found that with that oil, my makeup stays better than it did with
Oh yeah,
a
and it just
primer.
makes your skin glow. It's
Oh yeah,
amazing
anything
stuff.
I put on stays all day. I even put it on my lips before my lipstick, and it soaks it right
Well,
up.
it's giving us all the essential vitamins that we need to keep healthy skin. I mean, it's just amazing. It's got vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, jojoba, and amino acids. So there's 87 different medical grade serums in there.
It's wonderful. I use it also. Oh, by the way, she also did my lips.
Oh,
Nice.
Mariana does everything.
The permanent cosmetics, but you know, if you're gonna do permanent cosmetics or the microblading, you want the rest of your face to look as good as what's on there permanent. So gotta have a good foundation for it. Makes it look that much better.
all right.
I never
perfect.
thought of that
And
for
you
my
can
husband.
see, yeah, she's starting to get red. She's starting to get that darker pink. And because with the numbing stuff I do put her on her is a little bit of a vessel restrictor, so it makes her a little bit blanched, but she's definitely going to get redder than this once it wears off. And that takes a good, probably about an hour to wear off.
What, the numbing?
Yes, and then you usually get red, pretty bright red.
Yeah.
I just describe it as it feels like a sunburn.
It does, you know, and you know, I don't have to ever take any Aleve or Tylenol, but some people are more sensitive than others.
Sure.
So, you know, you can just take a little Aleve and be good with that.
So now you've abraded the whole face, you've touched on her
Go ahead and open your eyes.
necessary spots anywhere that there's fine lines or dark spots, and she's good to go.
Yeah. Just getting her all cleaned up here, and I'm going to put a little bit more hyaluronic acid and the liquid gold, and let that absorb more. But you know, I put pretty much a whole bunch of that, all that stuff that was in her skin. I put about that much in there, so that's all been put into her skin.
Wow.
So yeah, so
Because
this is
when
going
you're
to help her.
needling, then it's pushing that in
It's
there.
pushing
as well.
it right in there, and plus your skin, because it's injured, it's sucking it all in. It's pulling all that nutrients, and that's why it's good to have the oil afterwards, because your body's just going to absorb all that deeper into the tissue.
Great.
I am
So-
so excited.
I know the feeling. I love it. So great. Well, anybody who has any additional questions who didn't ask them during the video, please don't hesitate. We'll go ahead and post this video after we finish up. And again, Maryanna is running a special right now, $25 off. It's normally a $175 treatment. So for $150, you too can enjoy 85 days of repair and brightening and tightening, and just in time for the holidays, because I know when I have to be in front of my relatives and in-laws
We always want to be
and
the
all
best looking one.
we know we want to look good. So, and Maryanna is booked out.
About a month and a half, so you need to book your appointment now, and I will honor it.
So if you go ahead, on the Facebook page, there is a book now bar that you can go in and take a look at. And just be sure and let Maryanna know that you're aware of the $25 off special in case that your time for booking lands after the special's over. Thank you, Maryanna. This was great. And thank you, Joyce.
Certainly.
Can't wait to see the results. Thank you.
Bye.